Hello everybody, welcome back to another Smart Purchasing video. In today's video, we are going to be starting a new series that was voted on by you guys. We're going to be doing alternate future of the United States. In this series, I'm going to be doing a lot more research about wars that could potentially happen and how strong each state is, which is what I did right before I did this video. And also, I got a scar, like right here. So now I have a scar on both eyebrows, which is pretty cool. But let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so the first topic that I researched on for a potential war is like a Colorado Basin war, basically, where between Colorado, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and California over the Colorado River. This looks bad for California, and it kind of is. California has about like 200,000 troops, and the other states have about the same amount as California, like combined. It'll be pretty evenly matched, honestly. Nevada is the weakest one out of all of these. Arizona is the strongest, which I didn't know. I didn't know that Arizona had over 100,000 troops. I thought it was closer to 50,000. Before we start, the issue between them is the Colorado River. California wants more control over it, and Nevada, Utah, Colorado, and Arizona are like, nah, you can't do that. But let's just get started. California goes ahead and starts an invasion into Nevada. Nevada kind of is very weak. It only has about 13,000 army troops compared to California with like almost 200,000. It wouldn't be very hard for them to like invade. However, Arizona they're gonna be coming in. I don't know exactly where many U.S. cities are. I'm better with like capitals. Like I know Sacramento's like somewhere here. San Diego is like down here. LA is like here. And then I know like Carson City's up here somewhere. And then Las Vegas down here. And then Tucson is like in the center, I'm pretty sure. Then Salt Lake City's up here. Denver's like over here. Sorry if you live in any of these states and I messed them up. But California goes ahead and slowly gets into Nevada as they are pretty weak. California pushes back against Arizona just a little bit. California keeps pushing into more of Nevada. I think they've taken Carson City, which is the capital. So California will take most of this except for like Las Vegas because Nevada surrenders. Arizona most likely has like a hold of it still. So it'll be like that basically. California will push back against Arizona, taking Las Vegas. They then push back against them a little more. They then push more into Utah, taking Salt Lake City. However, they don't surrender to them because they still have like a lot of land left. Arizona pushes back into California a little bit and takes back some of Nevada. And then there's a stalemate in the war where no one in like the southern area will really make any gains, but California will still make some gains in Utah until eventually Colorado helps Utah basically push back California just a little bit. And that's going to be the end of our war, as it's a stalemate, so they just agree to a peace deal where California gets more land, but they don't get more control over the water in the area. So let's take a look at that. This is roughly along the upper Colorado River basin. These borders right here. This one, I just made Las Vegas its own state, basically. So this isn't Nevada, it's Las Vegas. So that's that war. There's going to be an economic alliance forming. Not one that is military, like they won't protect each other, but they will like help each other like with economy and stuff. And the countries that are going to be in that are California, Oregon, and Washington. So there is a alliance map. What should I call this? The Pacific Economic Bloc, maybe? So the PEB, which is right here. So, yeah. It's basically like a tech alliance, like a tech economy that this alliance produces. It has like places like Silicon Valley, and I forgot to give Arizona a piece of land in the peace treaty. But whatever. So the next war is going to be here in the south between Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. Basically, the reason for this war is Texas has tons of resources and is blocking New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Louisiana from getting the resources. But whenever the United States isn't broken apart, they would like trade between each other. But since Texas is its own country, it trades not here, so it can not in the US, so it can have a better advantage towards states. So let's just get into the war. Okay, so Texas has about a little more than double the amount of troops that all three of these states have combined. So they are definitely not winning this war. just a spoiler. But so Texas will go ahead and eliminate them. So they start up in the panhandle of Oklahoma and start going eastward and westward into more Oklahoma and New Mexico. They also start just kind of going with the border and over the Red River and the Sabine River. It won't be too hard for Texas, but there'll still be some kind of challenges, specifically with like Louisiana, which has, I think it has some sort of swampy areas, because I think I've been there. I've been through Louisiana, and there's kind of like a swampy climate. I know that. But Oklahoma, definitely not super hard to defeat. They have like two major cities, being like Tulsa and Oklahoma City, so they're gone. Louisiana, northern part isn't super hard to get through. Southern part, it would be a little harder though. And then New Mexico, well, I mean, it's a desert. That's basically it. It's just desert and mountains. And Louisiana decides to just go ahead and surrender so they don't get fully annexed. So, boom. And let's take a look at a peace treaty. Okay, so the borders that I have done, this is following the Texas, like whenever it was a country, these were its borders with Mexico and Texas. I think it follows the Rio Grande. This border took most where Texas like first invaded, still keeping its Red River like border with Oklahoma and still having it keep Oklahoma City, but still taking like a bunch of land. And this border with Louisiana, still keeping it relatively stable, kinda, because it still has three major cities. It has Baton Rouge, which I think is its capital, New Orleans, and Lafayette, which is like right here. So that was that war. We're gonna unite some states because some of them would not be able to survive on their own, mainly West Virginia and maybe Wyoming. So we're gonna do that. So most people would unite West Virginia and Virginia. However, there's this thing called the Appalachian Mountains, and it kind of runs through right here, which is like the border between West Virginia and Virginia. So it would actually make more sense economically and geographically to unite them with Ohio, considering they both have more mining-based economies. This would also give West Virginia access to water, because it's the Great Lakes. That's the state that we're going to unite with first, so they don't just collapse. And Wyoming, I don't know if Wyoming would collapse or not. It only has about 500,000 people, but I think it would be fine on its own. So for now, West Virginia is the only state that will unite. So what we're going to focus on next is down south right here. Louisiana cannot catch a break. This is another like war that they would most likely like struggle with. It would be basically control of the Mississippi. It would be against Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, Mississippi. What? No, it's always just one small pixel. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Louisiana cannot catch a break. So they're definitely going to be in debt by the end of this. Mississippi, definitely a weak state. They're ranked bottom 5 in most good things and like top 5 in most bad. So Louisiana and Mississippi actually surprisingly have more troops than Missouri and Arkansas. Louisiana probably lost most of its troops in the war with Texas though. They would normally have 30,000, but in this scenario we're going to say they have 10,000 because, well, they lost probably more than half of them. No, they probably lost about half of them, so 15,000. And Missouri has about 35,000 troops, so together they have about 50,000 troops. But Arkansas only has 8,000 troops. The reason these probably don't have as many troops is because they're like inland, so they don't really need defense, and they're not like super important states. So Missouri and Arkansas, Missouri has 12,000 troops, Arkansas has about 8,500 troops, so together they would have 20,500 troops compared to like 50,000 troops. So Missouri and Arkansas might be cooked, but it's whatever. So the reason they're fighting is to gain more control over the Mississippi River. Mississippi has more troops than both of these states combined just by itself. Louisiana almost has the same amount. So this will be a relatively shorter war. They go into Missouri. Arkansas is kind of gone at this point. Mississippi goes in, does a little bulge, going for Jefferson City. It's almost like smack dab in the center of Missouri. And now Jefferson City is captured. So still have Kansas City though. So that's helpful, I guess. Well, not anymore, but they did have it, and now they're gone. So let's take a look at a peace treaty. Okay, basically the peace treaty is Mississippi and Louisiana unite. They annex almost all of, or no, they do annex all of Arkansas and a little bit of southeastern Missouri. And they're a new country. I don't know if it would be called the CSA just because of its historical usage. A name for them could probably be like Dixie or maybe the Delta Union, because the Mississippi comes out right here. But we are going to have a couple alliances form. These ones will be military alliances. The first one will be the one that forms because of this war. Well, not really because, but it'll form after the war. Actually, you guys vote in the comments. Delta Federation or Dixie. So this union will be allying with Alabama and Tennessee. And there's going to be a different union forming in the Midwest. So the alliance forming is going to be between South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri. This one will be an economical alliance, not a military alliance. It's basically farming agriculture. This one's more tech based, and this is a military alliance. So, oh wait, hold up. Let me do something really quick. Basically, what I have done is I have made this, which shows what each is called, like each alliance. So this is the Pacific Economic Union, or PEU. This is the Great Plains Confederation, or the GPC, and this is the Gulf River Alliance, or the GRA. Put your vote in the comments as to what this state should be called right here. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!